Hello, it is SRS Sports here. Today I'll be talking football, last night's result, tonight's football, and I'll briefly be looking at the tennis, the golf, and some stuff that's been going on around rugby. But yeah, to start with, tennis, Miami Open's on. The most exciting thing so far for me is an iguana invading it. But yeah, we've had a few Brits enter, a couple knocks out already. I mean, British tennis keeps showing promise, but is never quite going that way. I mean, it looks like it's gonna grow, and then all of a sudden they start getting knocked out again. So I'm not too sure if and when we're gonna see an improvement. Obviously, at the moment, Murray's flying the flag. So we hope to see a few more Brits come through and develop. It'd be good. And looking at golf, McIlroy was beaten in the first day by a 68th seed in singles. Yeah, I mean, obviously he's going to have other stuff to do. This isn't his most important thing, but these get you going. You know, it's the same with any sport. You know, these little competitions and that, they always boost you, get you ready for the big ones. So it'd have been nice to see him perform. But unfortunately, it's not his day. Looking at the rugby, Stuart Hogg, for a second year running, has been named player of the tournament. Now, for me, it's not a massive surprise. You know, I mean, I think Scotland have had a very good Six Nations, and they were definitely the team of the Six Nations. They were consistent. They were constantly a threat. You know that they looked good. And although England done what they done, they looked very poor for most of the tournament. England are just that quality side that have got the players that can look poor and win. You know, that's how much this England side's come on. But for me, Scotland were definitely the team in the tournament, so it doesn't surprise me that Stuart Hogg has won this. Looking into the football, obviously not a great result. No one ever wants to lose to what you consider a rival, which in terms of the countries, Germany and England, you don't get much bigger rivalry than that. England showed promise. They looked like they could grow and could get into it. They played reasonably well. I don't think there was much in between the sides. Podolski done what I think was written in the script, really. You know, his last international, and he ends up scoring a screamer, which is good for him. You know, he's a good player. So it was good to see. But in as much as this England side, they showed promise, yes. Do I think they're grow? I mean, they're missing players, but do I think that they can get much better? I don't know. They're missing key players, yes, but then so were Germany. So I don't think people. I hear people saying like, "Oh, well, we were missing Harry Kane," but they were missing players as well. And I think it would have been just as even, if not more tilted towards Germany, if everyone had a fit squad. But you can only play the team that's there. Looking forward to tonight's game though. There's a few games. Italy, Albania. There's one. I like watch Italy play. But Ireland and Wales, another World Cup qualifier, should be a very good game. You know, Wales had a very good Euros. They've got players in there that aren't playing brilliantly for their squad, but they just build on team performance, like a togetherness within a team. Sorry, and it's being in Ireland. You never quite know what Ireland is going to show up. You know, we could be in for a very good game here, or it could just be a Wales trounce. But then we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we'll be talking tomorrow, and we'll be talking about it being a great game. Overall, I mean, there's not too much going on at the minute, but I mean, outside news that there's been grants for sports such as rugby league, which is good to see, because it's good these sports do get a backing, because they don't have the following. Because, well, for me as one, they're not advertised as much, and by advertised I mean like football, rugby, things like this. They're constantly shown on TV. They've constantly got a following. There's certain sports like rugby league which are always on paid TV, so it's hard to get an audience with them. So things like grants and that, try and get more people involved. It can only be a good thing. And finally, Everton football agreed that they're gonna start building a new stadium. So yeah, I'd be interested to hear how you think that'll affect them. Obviously, Spurs will be going into Wembley next year before their stadium. Of course, it's going to affect any team that moves. It will affect them because it's a different atmosphere. Look at West Ham. You know, look at Arsenal when they join the Emirates. It takes teams wild. They come from these places that they've had for many years. They've built up a fortress almost for most teams, and then they move, and it's really hard. That's why I feel sometimes, if you can, build on the stadium. But yeah, that's all from me today. I'd like to hear if anyone has anything to say. I do apologise again for no camera. I'm hopefully getting that sorted and some editing stuff sorted when I do get paid. But if you've got anything to say, please comment. I'd love to hear from people. And like and subscribe. Thank you.